Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So today I will be taking a look at the Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe class Crosshairs. So let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man, let's go! And here is Crosshairs fully transformed into his black and green vehicle mode, and it's a Corvette. Yes, it's a Corvette. Not the most screen accurate Corvette I've ever seen. No, it's not that screen accurate because I have no idea what's going on in the front. The front looks kind of weird in my opinion. It just looks ugly. Looks weird. But the car mode doesn't look that bad. You know, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty decent. One thing that I really don't like is that like one side has the stripes and the other side has no stripes. I think that's like pretty it's not screen accurate because in the movie they showed both sides that had the stripes. So yeah, they forgot to paint this side with the stripes. So that's unfortunate. But the plastic does have some nice metal flake finish to it, and I do quite like that. I do quite like the metal flake finish for the plastic. Got some nice translucent plastic for the headlights, and you have the Corvette logo, which is unpainted, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Got some nice black paint on the front right there. Got a lot of black paint coming down to the vehicle right there. Got some nice Autobot symbols on the sides right there. Nice silver paint for the rims. You don't get silver paint on the rims like that often, so yeah, there we go. And you got some nice green striping right here on the back. Unfortunately the taillights are not painted. It would have been nice if they were painted red, but it is what it is. Got this big gigantic black spoiler right here. Nice translucent plastic for the windows and windshields. Pretty cool. And you come under here, you can see the whole robots underneath it. The whole robot underneath the car. Anyway, so you can see the arms and the legs and the visible head syndrome. There we go. There's his face. He's saying hello, hi there. I'm not hiding from you. Yeah. He's not really a robot in disguise anyway. He's pretty much a shell former, but yeah, still it's a decent vehicle mode. It's not the best vehicle mode I've ever seen from Crosshairs. I think the Transformers Last Night version pulls out the vehicle mode way better in my opinion anyway. But we haven't reviewed that figure yet, so we don't know. But anyway, so, yeah, but still it's nice. So he does roll. He can roll. So yeah, pretty cool. So anyway, so let's get down to some size comparisons. Here is Crosshairs compared with the Transformers Last Night Premier Edition Voyager class Optimus Prime, with the Age of Extinction Deluxe class Hound, and I don't think that works because Hound should be a little bit bigger than the car because he's a Voyager, but hey, they still look good together, you know, they still look good together. Anyway, so let's move on to the next size comparison. With the Age of Extinction Voyager class Galvatron, with the Age of Extinction Deluxe class Lockdown, and yeah, no, it doesn't work. Because look at Crosshairs, he's like way bigger. Oh, hold on, let me zoom out the camera a little bit more. He's like way bigger. I mean, it's like he's chunkier than Lockdown, because Lockdown is like so small and so flat compared with Crosshairs. Yeah, that totally does not work. But anyway, let's move on to the next size comparison. And here is Crosshairs compared with the Age of Extinction Deluxe class Dinobot Scorns. You can see how they scale with one another. I think that works. You know, I think that's a good scale, I guess. You know, yeah, Dino is always bigger than the car, so I think that works, in my opinion anyway. So yeah. Anyway, so let's move on with the Transformers Last Night Voyager class Scorn, and yeah, I think that works so much better. You know, I think that works so much better because he's a Voyager and this guy's a Deluxe, so I think that works. Yeah, that works. Definitely works. So let us move on to the next size comparison. And here is Crosshairs compared with the Studio Series Deluxe class Decepticon Stinger. with the Studio Series Transformers Last Night Deluxe Class Drift. And last but not least, with the Studio Series Deluxe Class Helicopter Drift. So that is pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. Now, of course, Crosshairs comes with a couple of accessories. Actually, it comes with 3 guns. So one of the main guns that he includes is this gun right here, which has the magazine and everything right there. It's nicely molded. Yeah, nice gun right here, which is pretty cool. And you do have a little post right in there. So to store this gun right here, there is a port on either side. So for me, I just take this and plug this on this side right here. Just plug that in. Now the other 2 guns are already stored in the vehicle mode. So once we get down to robot mode, I will show those 2 other guns that are stored inside the vehicle mode. So now, speaking of the robot mode, let us transform Crosshairs right now. So let's get down to it. So first thing I would like to do is just take out the gun and put it off to the side. So what's the first step that we should do? We just untab this side panels right here. Just untab the arms from the side right there, and just untap this, untap that, and just bring all this weight all the way to the back, just like so. And just I'm gonna bring this out right here. Just untap this. One problem I had with this figure is that this tab, this tab, it actually broke on me. So yeah, so it doesn't really tab in or clip in, but it still holds. You know, it still holds, but unfortunately the tab kind of broke off, and you can see from the other side. Yeah, it snapped off, unfortunately. But so if you have this figure, do be careful with the tab right there. Just don't break it. So just untab this hood section right here. Just split the legs, rotate the leg forward, rotate the leg forward, and just bring down the foot just like that, and flip out the heel spur. And there we go. Just flip that out, and there you have a leg all done and ready. So the same thing on your side, same thing on the other side. That's what I was trying to say. Just bring down the foot and flip out the heel spur, and there he goes. There you have his legs pretty much all done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So now just bring these wheels back to the back like so. Bring these wheels to the back, and now you want to take this black piece right here. You see this weird shaped tab. It's supposed to go into a slot right in there. So just wiggle this inside. So now this is made out of soft plastic, so it makes it easier to go in there. So sometimes it can be a bit of a pain in the butt, but there we go. Just tab that in and just bring this out, and just tab it on the other side. Just tab this in, tab it in. I said tab in. I said tab in. I said tab in. I said tab in. I said it doesn't want to tab in. Right, really doesn't want to go in. Doesn't really go in. There we go. Sheesh. Anyway, so just fan this out a little bit more, just like so. Just bring down the legs a little bit more. There we go. And let me raise up the camera a little bit more so you can see what I am doing. So bring up the camera. Yup. There we go. And focus camera. So just bring these wheels to the back, just like so, all the way to the back. Make sure they go all the way to the back, and just bring down the shoulder pads, shoulder pieces. Oh wait, it's not all the way to the back. There we go. Just bring down the shoulder pieces. Bring down the shoulder pieces, and just straighten out the arms. Straighten out the arms, just like so. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we are done. Yay, we are done. So there you have Crosshairs fully transformed into his robots mode, and he looks pretty good. Yeah, I think he looks pretty good in my opinion. Yes, he does have a ton of crap of backpack, but hey, that's supposed to replicate the trench coat idea. So I do like him wearing a trench coat. I think that is pretty cool, in my opinion. I mean, the trench coat idea might not favor to some people, but for me, I absolutely love the trench coat idea. I love a robot wearing a trench coat. I think that's pretty clever. So Would have been nice if this black piece was painted up nicely, like with some greens and everything, but it is what it is. I mean, it's clever that these do tab in right there on the chest to, you know, to secure the trench coat, but for me, I think it would have been better if it was just hard plastic and not soft plastic, you know, would have been nice. And speaking of the other two guns, here are the other two guns stored inside the robots. There we go. Whoops. So it's kind of hard to store these inside right here. So just let's take a look at these two guns right now. So yeah, these are really tiny guns. So yeah, they're very tiny guns. So nicely molded. My camera will focus. Focus, camera. Focus. Hey, it doesn't want to focus. There we go. So yeah, they are really tiny guns, and you can actually have Crosshairs hold them in his hands. But the posts for the hands, they're kind of tiny and they don't go all the way, but it is what it is. So yeah, but pretty cool. It comes with these other two guns, and to store them in the vehicle mode is that you have like ports inside right in there. So it can be quite hard to do. So just plug this in right in there. So me personally, I just plug them back to those ports, you know, for storage. There we go. There you have that. So, but yeah, still, I do quite like this design for Crosshairs. It's not the same as his G1 design. I mean, he's not blue or red or black. I mean, he's black, so I mean the black is still there for his design. So I do give him that. But hey, it's still a nice looking robot mode. So let's get in closer so we can take a look at the head sculpt right there. Really nice head sculpt, I will say. You got nice goggles molded in. It's not painted, but it's nicely molded. You know, nice super paint for the face, and I think it has some nice light piping, because see this back portion right here of the head is done in a nice translucent blue plastic. So if you shine the light behind his head, his eyes do glow a nice blue, which is really nice. I do quite like that very much. Got some nice super paint on the chest right here, and I got a lot of black paint. A lot of black plastic, you know, around the figure. Some nice black paint right here on the legs, right here. Yeah, pretty cool robot mode design, I will say. Yeah, really nice. Articulation wise in robot mode, the head, is it on the ball joint? I feel like it's on the ball joint. I think it's on the ball joint. Yeah, I think it's on the ball joint. So it's on the ball joint. It can only rotate side to side a little bit. Can't really look up. Can't really look down. The shoulders, they can't really do a full 360 due to all the stuff that is just, you know, getting in the way, unfortunately. But you can actually rotate the arms around a little bit. They can move in and out. You do have a bicep swivel. You do have a double jointed elbow, which is really nice. And you do have a little bit of a wrist swivel, which is kind of pointless for me, because you can see this panel, it's sticking out too far and it's not letting the wrist rotate all the way. So that's unfortunate. No waist swivel, unfortunately. The legs can move up that far, can move back only that far. And can he do the full splits? He can do the full splits if he wants to. It's pretty cool. You do have a swivel above the knee. You do have a knee joint about over 90 degrees up bend, and no ankle tilts, but the feet can actually move up like so. And that's pretty much it for its articulation. There's not much to write home about with this figure. It's pretty simple, but it's a fun toy. So now he can definitely hold his gun. Just take this and just hold it right there, and there we go. He's armed up with his gun, which is pretty cool. Would have been nice if he actually had those parachutes that he actually you know, shoots out as he, you know, shoots some Decepticons, you know, in Age of Extinction. Yeah, I think that would have been a cool idea to have him with his parachutes, but it is what it is. But yeah, so all around, in my opinion, it's a really decent figure, you know, for what it is. Fun toy to mess with. So Yeah, so let's move on to some size comparisons. Here is Crosshairs compared with the Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Lockdown, and as you can see, Crosshairs is a little bit shorter than Lockdown. I think Lockdown is like a hair taller than Crosshairs, so yeah, so there you go. So let's move on to the next size comparison. Here is Crosshairs compared with the Studio Series Decepticon Stinger. With the two Studio Series Autobot drifts, you can see you have the Last Night version and the Age of Extinction version, which is the helicopter drift. So there we go. So there you have that for the drift. No. What I was trying to say, there you have that comparison right there. So let's move on to the next size comparison. Here is Crosshairs compared with the Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Dinobot Scorn and with the Last Night Voyager Class Scorn. So you can see how they scale with one another. With the Age of Extinction Voyager Class Galvatron, with the Age of Extinction Voyager Class Autobot Hound, and with the Last Night Voyager Class Optimus Prime. So that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Alright, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Crosshairs. And yeah, in my opinion, it's a really cool figure. You know, the nice robot mode design, I will say. The robot mode looks pretty good. And the vehicle mode, it looks okay. The front of the vehicle mode just looks kind of off. It looks weird. And the overall look of the vehicle mode, it does not look streamlined. But it is what it is. It still looks pretty good. But yeah, articulation wise in the robot mode is pretty decent. You know, the only thing that he's missing is the ankle tilts. That's the only thing he's missing. And the wrist swivels, I feel like they're yes, he does have the wrist swivels, which I like, but it kinda sucks that this panel is like blocking the way, but it is what it is. But hold on. Sorry about that. Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, yeah, the articulation is pretty good. Just the only thing that's missing is the ankle tilts and the complaint with the wrist swivels, because you know why is the wrist swivel there even though the panel is like blocking the way? I mean, I like the idea of the wrist swivel. I mean, I like it. I like that it's there, but yeah, I feel like it doesn't really work because this panel is like in the way. It is what it is. But overall though, the transformation as well is very nice and smooth. So overall it's an enjoyable figure to mess with, and it's decently poseable too. I mean, you can pose him really nicely like this, so that's pretty cool. So, and of course I do like the idea of him wearing a trench coat. I think that's pretty clever. I think it's pretty cool. So okay, so yeah, if I were to rank Crosshairs from a scale of 1 to 10, I think I would just give him a good around 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10 I give Crosshairs. So he's a decent figure. He's not a great figure, but he's still a decent figure to mess with, and also a fun toy to mess with as well. So I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that and my tongue has malfunctioned. And what I was trying to say, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, and while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you know when my new videos are up and ready. And you can, and you can always check out my Transformers Age of Extinction reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed, so I'll post a link to that playlist in the description down below right there. So I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Autobot Crosshairs, and this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.